Hey everybody, you're watching Tennessee Dan, America. Hey everybody, Tennessee Dan 887 here, finally out at range day with my buddy Dom. And today we're doing the final shoot testing for the armor plate that we have from Spartan Armor Systems. We're very thankful for their donation in this, making this possible. And as you see here, we have a level 3 plus NIJ rated armor shield here, and we're going to go through a little redneck testing today. Bear in mind, folks, I am not a ballistics lab in any way, shape, or form. This is quick and dirty redneck testing at its best. And anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to progress through some rounds. I've got a 22, a 9mm, a 45, and then 45, and then we're going to finish off with an AR round or two, and we got some Remington standard 7.5 birdshot, and also some of your normal federal rifled slugs. We're going to show what happens in the armor, and then we're going to look at the back end where this label is, because we're obviously going to shoot here on the front side of the armor, and then we're also going to take a look at the back when we're all done, and we'll show you what the reality of these rounds is on the level 3A armor system, and we'll talk about it afterwards. So let's get set up, and then we'll start shooting. Okay guys, so here we are. We're at basically what I consider pistol distance. The only 22 I currently have is this Cricket 22 for my kids, and so, but I figure ballistically, honestly, there's not going to be that much difference. It's a 22, people. So what I'm going to do is shoot the target right there, and and I'm going to go through and just get all the shooting out of the way, and then at the end we'll look at the backside, see if there's any perforation or pass through to see what happened with the plate, and then we'll go from there. So here we go, 22. Maybe. All right, nice little plink there, huh? All right, guys, so let me go get the 9mm and the 45, and we'll get the rest of this going here. Okay, all right, so we're back. This is my Glock 17 Gen 3 9mm. I'm going to go slightly below where I did with the 22 and just run one round in the plate, and then we'll switch to 45, and that'll be on the bottom left corner. And then after that, we'll progress up to the rifle and shotgun rounds, and we'll see what this thing can do. All right, everybody. So that's our handgun rounds. Let me get set up for the rifle round, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody. We're set up. We got the rifle round. This is a Daniel Defense DDM4 V9, and inside for the rounds, we have a 223 standard full metal jacket. Nothing special, but we expect this to actually be a failure point for this plate because it's only rated up to 44 Magnum. This is not a rifle round rated plate. We're just doing this to show you what actually happens in the real world. Especially for you law enforcement buddies out there of mine, if you're wearing a level 3A body armor plate like this and you get hit with America's most popular round, that's what we aim to show today, just with this. So anyway, let's get firing, and we'll take a look at what happened. All right, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but from here, with the naked eye, you can see that there's some definite marring on the shield, and we'll take a look at that in a minute on the reverse side after we do the slug round. And once we do the 12 gauge slug, then we'll come in for the full view of what passed through and what didn't, and then we'll finish off with bird shot. All right, okay guys, we're back now with our 12 gauge slug rounds. This is a TriStar NKC over under double barrel 12 gauge, and we're shooting Federal rifle slugs, just your standard rifle slug, nothing special about them. But we're gonna shoot this plate with this to see what happens. And this is a very common round out there. Hunters have this. People with the tactical mindset may also have this in their shotguns. So, especially for you guys in law enforcement out there, or anybody that has to strap on armor for your job, this is a good thing for you to know. So here we go. Oh, that kicks. All right, guys. So we're gonna go do the pass-through video, and then we'll finish off with some bird shot. All right, guys. So this is our pass-through video. We'll do another short pass-through video once we do the bird shot, but for all the single round type ordnance that we fired today, let's go through this. So up here, if you can see, there's a tiny little hole right there, and there's a slight little bulge. It looks like maybe a bug bite or a zit coming on. That's where the 22 entered, and that's just standard Federal 22. And anyway, that's fired from a Cricket 22 rifle. And down here, you'll see another hole and another slight little bulge, also with the actual little perforation on the side here. No pass-through on either one. This 9mm is, I want to say it's standard brass ammunition. 115 grain, fired from a Glock 17 Gen 3. And we fired it at what, about 8-10 yards? Yeah, I tried to do handgun length on all these. Okay, so anyway, no pass-through whatsoever. All right, this slightly bigger hole, and again, another little bulge right here. So that's the 45 entry point, and that's a, I don't know what brand of ammunition that is. I got it when I got the gun though. Anyway, it's fired out of a Kimber Tactical Entry 2 for 1911. Also at about the same range as these others. And again, no bulging, no pass-through, no perforation on the back end. Okay. And then over here, there's a little pothole divot over here. This is where we shot the AR-15 Full Metal Jacket 223 from the Daniel Defense DDM V9. And anyway, we're very amazed and pleased with this. You can see that the 223 round actually chipped off some of the coating, but if you look very carefully, you can see it kind of scratched the back end plating on the armor system here. But the only thing that really happened was it took off a chunk of their proprietary chemical coating. And then here we have well, peel this back a little bit. That is the Federal 12 gauge slug round that we fired from my TriStar double barrel. And that was also my first time firing the TriStar. Thanks to my wonderful wife for early Christmas present there. Anyway, so that's the slug right there, and then the rest of it's buried under the coating. And then again, smooth as glass on all sides. So we got 22, 9, 45, 12 gauge, and AR-15. Not green tip or black tip, just standard full metal jacket. Smooth as glass. No pass through on any of these. And I'm really impressed because technically by NIJ standards, this is only rated to go to 44 Magnum. And I'm really impressed with Spartan's quality here. Again, thankful to Todd at Spartan Armor Systems for making this possible for us. Big shout out to them. Thanks to Dom, my friend and cameraman over here. Been a good buddy and good companion for me out here. We're going to finish this off with birdshot, and the reason we're finishing off with birdshot is because it spreads out so much. We wanted to get a visual of what individual rounds do before we finish this off with a peppering of birdshot here. So let's get set up for that. We'll do the final video, and then we'll come back with our little takeaway for the end and wish you all a Merry Christmas. All right, so here we are, final shooting of the plate. It's just a standard Remington 2 3/4 inch small game birdshot turnaround. We're just going to put one round through to see what a peppering of 12 gauge of birdshot does. We're pretty confident that after an AR round and a 12 gauge slug, I don't think this is going to do much than look like a bunch of pimples on a 12-year-old kid. So, all right, so here we go, and freedom on, people, freedom on. Ready? All right, so let's gather up the plate, do our final pass through and takeaway, and then we'll call it a day. All right, okay guys, so this is our final pass through video. Again, like I said, it just looks like acne on a teenager. Dom, if you want to pull in for a good close up here, you'll see that the birdshot, all it did was leave these little scratch marks and indentations all over the place. Nothing major. I mean, if you look in there, there's scraps of an AR-15 round. So birdshot, I mean, nothing. And there's, after all that we've done to this plate today, there is nothing. There's not a bulge. There's not, I mean, it's a sea of glass back here on the back side of this panel. Very reliable stuff, made in America. Again, thanks to Spartan Armor Systems for making this possible. And thanks to all the great firearms manufacturers here in America that made these weapons for us and the ammunition. Grateful to live in this wonderful country where we can have these privileges. We need to stand together as conservatives, everybody, and make sure that we can maintain our Second Amendment rights and the rest of our constitutional rights, for that matter. And anyway, it's December 2nd now, and just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas. God bless you. If you're another faith, have a happy whatever holiday you have. You know, we're just out here and having a good time celebrating this season. So enjoy your families. God bless America, and we'll talk to you later.